So just to start with giving my background, I have worked with a software company as an HR executive, and I was also working as an corporate executive there. So I was working in areas such as leadership development, executive coaching, areas of emotional intelligence, and also otherwise HR factors such as recruitment, HR VP, HR business partner, and other aspects as well. So
Right.
to start with, I think first we need to understand the difference between OB and HR. So many people, we confuse HR with OB, right? So
Right.
I think it's essential to understand that while OB informs various aspects of HR, it's not HR per se, right? HR involves a wide variety of activities which may not come under the purview of OB. Okay, so like HR, for example, would also involve payroll processing and aspects such as compensation, which may or may not be, as much related to organizational behavior.
Right.
Yeah. So that was the first thing I wanted to start focuses on. So people have done masters or bachelors, they know that the basic understanding that OB focuses on the individual, groups, and the organizations, right? The processes and the interactions between these three, right? But we often get confused as to what are the career choices we might have after, doing a bachelor's or a master's in psychology, and also whether we should go for a specialization or not. For example, in clinical, we are very clear in clinical psychology that you have to go for a specialization. But in OB, people get confused in a number of, instances. I've noticed that people often get confused कि हम लोग HR के लिए क्यों especially, we're doing OB का course. So I think it's essential to understand that like any other course, a specialization would give you in-depth knowledge, right? There are courses, PhD hai, Masters hai, MS hai. So obviously they are made to give an in-depth knowledge into that science.
Right.
Yeah. Anything else that you want to bring up?
Yeah, definitely. So, Shrishti, when we say that OB and this HR is different, is there any overlap also, which we find on the ground? Yeah.
For sure. So I'll tell you. So while I was working as an HR business partner, so I was working as an HR business partner to a group of 300 odd employees, right? So I was not only working on the transactional aspects, I was also working on the transformational aspects. So if there are certain areas such as workplace conflict, if an employee was facing conflict with their managers, and often what we feel is that managers are not very capable of the soft skills that are required. They may know the hard skills, but the understanding of the soft skills is also very important, especially with the incoming of artificial intelligence in workplace, right? So I think the OB informs a lot of those areas wherein you focus on workplace conflict, you also focus on leadership development in order to actually understand how to develop the manager, in order to make them capable of handling their employees, right? So I think that's where OB actually informs a lot of the information that you require. It actually enables you a lot in order to deal with those areas. So that was one. And also I think OB can also come into areas such as stress, workplace stress that arises in the organizations. Like what is happening currently in the current scenario with the coronavirus pandemic, a lot of people are working from home. It's a major disruption in their life. It's a major disruption in their work. And how to deal with that, I think that's also where an IO psychologist, industrial IOB psychologist can inform, and also an organizational behaviorist can inform, to develop interventions in areas of emotional well-being. So I am currently working on a part-time project where I'm focusing on developing a emotional well-being intervention, right? So I'll be, in order to enable the employees who are working from home, and also, in order to enhance their communication processes during this period. Right. So I think a lot of those things come from OB. A lot of those things come from understanding of the people, understanding of the groups and the employees.
Right, Srishti. So, Srishti, I'm also doing a session on mindfulness for Wipro. That is tomorrow morning only. और मेरे दिमाग में ये डाउट आ रहा था कि इसी तरीके के प्रोग्राम्स, इसी तरीके की एंगेजमेंट्स एक HR डिपार्टमेंट भी ऑर्गेनाइज करवाता है। और एक L&D या फिर आप आयो साइकोलॉजिस्ट कह लीजिए, वो भी इसी तरीके के सेशंस को, प्रोग्राम को ऑर्गेनाइज करवा रहे हैं. तो हाउ द एंगेजमेंट या हाउ द वर्क इज डिफरेंट फॉर एन HR पर्सन एंड एन आयो साइकोलॉजिस्ट, क्योंकि HR वो भी करवा सकता है और वो भी करवा सकता है.
वो भी करवा सकता है. You're right. So I won't go as far as saying that that HR is not capable with that understanding. But when you study psychology, you also become equipped with a lot of other factors. Understanding the personality of the person, and also Vishal, just to point out, a lot of people who do HR, they also go for their MBA, right? And one of the core curriculums that they have is organizational behavior. So I think they're also being taught how to become sensitive to other people's needs and their demands, right? And I think this blurring of lines is very common within HR and OB because we're actually not very clear. Whenever you're hired, you're not hired as an OB psychologist. In major organizations, that is, right? Unless and until you're being hired as a consultant. So this blurring of line often happens. I can understand what you're saying. To make it more clear, I think it'll be also dependent on the activities that an HR person is performing and what an OB person will be performing in this same scenario, right?
Right.
So, for example, in you are coming as an outsider person who's going to give this training. So within my organization, I did a lot of trainings for the people myself.
Yeah.
I was capable of doing that because of my OB background. So I think that's where the other people in my HR department could not come up. I don't know. I'm just thinking that in those lines.
Okay.
I may be wrong in other organizations. I'm not very sure what happens. But majorly what I've noticed is an OB psychologist is much more equipped with the understanding of people.
All
so I think that's where the line would be drawn, probably.
Okay. All right. So there is a question regarding the MBA and the HR.
Yeah.
On this. So, in your experience, how do you think this is real? I mean, कितने extent तक ये real है कि companies prefer for MBAs in HR, and are they getting open to psychologists in OD, L&Ds or HR? Okay.
So, see, as per my understanding and what I've actually personally gone through, people are looking for MBAs, right? At least in India, they are looking for MBAs. But there is also a growing understanding, wherein people who have done PhD in organizational behavior or masters in organizational behavior are also being picked up by various organizations. Like many management consultancies I've noticed, like I was working with a major management consultant, and they had a lot of OB psychologists who were working as the OD consultants there, right?
Okay.
So I think what MBA enables you with is the multidisciplinary approach, right? So MBA will enable you to understand other functions of the organization as well. So OB could be very specific. So when you go for a master's, for example, you would not be learning about finance, areas such as finance, marketing, but with an MBA you also get an understanding of that. So I think that's why organizations prefer going for an MBA student than an MBA grad. But given that, I think, so while I was also researching, I noticed a lot of organizations abroad at least are hiring people who have done PhD in OB. So there is a growing field there at least. Yeah. So definitely there is a growing field because in PhD you are doing research and OB is majorly grounded in research. Right? So I think, so if for the further studies, my recommendation would be if you want to earn a lot of money, I'm not saying that PhD psychologists wouldn't earn one, but at least when you see the market gap, there is a gap between what a PhD scholar is getting and what an MBA scholar is getting, right? So that is
it. So I have a myth around it that PhDs, corporates do not prefer PhDs much because they prefer, the graduates or postgraduates. They don't want academic persons from PhDs.
Yeah, see, what happens is, So in one of my discussions, what happened is I was asking someone, and I was also very confused between whether to go for an MBA or a PhD. And someone told me she's working in London. She told me, see, you will get the same job after the PhD, and you'll get the same job after doing an MBA. It's just that you'll be spending 5 years there, and you'll be spending 2 years, right? And so when organizations hire, they look for younger people, right? So when someone is going for a PhD, they are most likely to spend at least 5 years in those PhD areas. So I think that could also be a difference why organizations do not really prefer. But Vishal, I'll be very honest, there is a growing field, at least in US, where PhD scholars are also getting hired for the same.
Okay, and how do you feel about the reality, let's say in Gurgaon in Cyber City? Do they prefer PhDs or do they prefer graduates? I don't think they prefer psychology graduates, but postgraduates, they prefer MBA people. But when we talk about
Sorry, you continue. Sorry.
Yeah, so definitely they prefer MBAs, but that's established, I guess, that they prefer MBAs over. Yeah, right.
That is there, but
this is for HR only or for OD, L&D also?
So Vishal, that is what I was saying. There are not much openings. There aren't many openings for OB. At least in India, because while I was doing my masters and I was also looking for jobs, I did not see many openings for OB. There are openings for HR only, wherein you are expected to perform dual role of an OB psychologist also as an HR person also. But there are not specialized jobs, at least at our age. At least during masters, you don't get those specialized positions. In India, in Gurgaon, at least I've noticed that is not there. And compared to graduates and postgraduates, see, the problem is within psychology, at least what I've noticed is people are being hired for research work majorly. At least in this field, in corporate field, you're either hired for research or you're hired for areas like the talent development, learning and development, or HR per se, right? So I think that is the ground reality what we are facing today.
Great, all right. And meanwhile we are discussing about this, can you remember any names, in Delhi or in Mumbai, all over India, which are some names who are hiring for particularly psychologists in the field of L&D or OD or IO psychologists or something like that?
Okay.
Some corporate names.
Okay, I'll just take 1 minute, Vishal, just 1 minute. Okay?
Yeah, sure, definitely. No issues.
Sure,
Hi,
sorry.
Amit. Hi.
Sorry.
No issues.
Hi, can you see me? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, majorly, I think within OD, I saw, American Express hiring certain people for recruitment per se. I saw they were hiring for psychology graduates. And several upcoming startups are also hiring psychology graduates, That
So
is there.
Srishti, Amit is saying hi to you.
Sorry? Okay.
Amit is saying hi to you. Hi Amit, hi.
Okay. I can't see Amit.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So, Vishal, like I was saying, I don't remember many names wherein they are hiring for an OB psychologist per se. But I think in research, you can look for jobs wherein they are hiring psychology graduates.
Right.
So in research, probably yes. In HR, so the major organizations in HR would hire an MBA graduate, but some people do hire postgraduates as well. That depends on, the college placements as well, a lot, the college and their connections, that matters a lot.
Definitely. And I think आप लोगों के काफी सवाल जो हैं वो IO psychology India versus abroad. Shrishti has addressed that. MBA HR, we are clear on that. That you
Also,
can definitely go for an MBA.
Just one more thing, in India versus abroad, I think go for abroad. See, if you do not mind settling down abroad or working there for good 5-6 years and then coming back to India, go abroad because there is, much more scope there. At least compared to India, I think India is emerging in that field. But abroad has probably reached to that level, where India is still moving towards. I think we are still very much obsessed with MBA. I think abroad people are hiring IO psychologists and OB people. So I think my opinion would be to go abroad, invest there, go for your MBA, and mostly it's 1-year course outside. Masters in psychology, it's a 1-year course. In LSC for example, so you can go there.
Sure. So I just want to address audience now.
Okay.
There were 3 questions from Kaushik, Akansha. Yeah. So I think that answers your question. And Nikita has a question.
Yeah.
That she is working as a school counselor and specializes into counseling.
Okay.
So can she go to OB field, and what should be the way towards it?
Okay. So Nikita, just to understand, has she done masters before?
Yes, I think Nikita has done masters from IGNOU, as far as I remember. Yeah.
Moving into OB would not be a problem, would not be an issue. You can easily move into OB. It's just that you need to understand the reason behind going into OB. So if you're going majorly for monetary resources, see, in understanding psychology and also the fields and subfields of psychology, obviously IO is the highest paid, right, compared to other fields, at least I've noticed. So if that is your purpose, then probably go for an MBA. If your purpose is to go into OB psychology for the field itself, then go for an MA or MS in organization behavior. And it's just a 1-year course. So I think it's not an issue moving there. So that is there. And obviously, being a counselor, you can always market your skills of being a counselor. And organizations are looking for counselors. Trust me, I have worked there. Employees do need counseling with their day-to-day issues, right? So now we psychologists obviously can market those skills. So that is there.
Definitely, that's a beautiful suggestion, Srishti, because I have seen how the field of corporate wellness is increasing. And for Nikita, this can be your entry point into corporate world, that you go into the field of corporate wellness rather than trying for corporate trainings or OD and LD.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, Aparna, just a point, Srishti. Aparna, I think you are getting confused in LLD. We are saying the word LND. LND means learning and development. So that's it. Yes, Srishti.
Okay. Also, so learning and development is the chosen field for a lot of OB psychologists, I've noticed. That's because, you get to actually apply your knowledge there. Compared to other, at least in HR, compared to L&D and HR, if that is the bifurcation there, you will get to apply your knowledge of OB more. Because, OB psychologists can inform a lot of training materials and understanding, what is going to be the requirement of the people. So, I think go for talent and development, use that as your starting point. And then you can always decide, whether you want to go for a further study or not. That is always there, for sure.
Great. Okay. Aparna has a question. There are a lot of questions, so I'm trying to keep...
Yeah, that's fine. It's okay. I'm okay to address questions,
Aparna is asking, I'm interested in OB research. Would you recommend going for a HR or OD job or academia?
OB
She is
research.
interested in OB research, yes.
Then go for academic. Go for a PhD, Aparna, because, that is... See, once you enter the corporate world, it's not very easy to, go into research per se. Unless and until your organization is one which specializes in research. So if you want to do research and you want to focus in depth into OB, then go for a PhD probably. And there are PhDs for 2 years also. In some places I noticed. I've researched there are places who offer 2 years PhD also. So you can always use that, become an academician and prepare papers and whatnot. So if research is your purpose, go for a PhD.
Right. And okay. So I don't know. This is a kind of different question. Kaushik is asking, I guess, how should we opt for universities abroad for OB and for LND, and what will be the preferred countries or courses to go
Preferred what?
about?
Sorry.
Preferred countries and
Okay.
universities or courses to go abroad. And yes, if you have anything to
Yeah. So see, Kaushik, for example, if you want to go for further studies in OB and not for MBA, for example, then you can apply to a number of universities. There are many universities in US. There is Howard, there is Yale, there is Stanford. They're all offering organizational psychology.
LSC.
With- yeah, LSC is also offering. Obviously, LSC is offering, and that is one of the most popular for OB people to go for. That is LSC course. So you can offer that, and also if you want to go for a PhD, then US is the US is the destination. I think.
Sure. I think Kaushik, that answers your question, and it is okay.
Any other question?
Okay, that was a lag in the network, so I stopped.
Okay.
Mitushi has a question. After doing an MBA in HR, so I don't think she's coming from psychology background. She's doing MBA. So do you recommend any diploma or certificate course in OB from abroad? Okay, that is specific. Any diploma from abroad to stay in touch with OB after MBA?
She wants to stay in touch with OB, right?
Right.
So, Aparna, did you say the name? Okay. So the thing is, unlike other fields such as clinical and counseling psychology, wherein you require licensing, in OB there are, I'm afraid, very little licensing which is required, right? So I don't think I'm not aware of any diploma course per se for OB psychology, but yes, SHRM offers some courses in SHRM. One second, I did note it down. Association for Talent Development. I think it offers some course in OB. So there is one course in Learning and Development in Organizational Behavior, which is a short-term course. So if you want to take up that along with your job, you can always do that.
Okay.
Other than that, I'm not really aware of any diploma. So you can always research it.
Definitely, and there are so many courses. I think one should be clear first about what she wants to do.
Exactly.
So
and if OB is if just to keep a touch, you can always go for Coursera, man. There is a lot of courses for OB there also. So you can always go into negotiation and a lot of other things.
Great. And Mitushi, I also want to contribute in this manner that when you do MBA, I think you are doing an MBA after graduation.
Yeah.
So once you finish your MBA, Mitushi, you go into HR. Now when you go into HR, your learning and growth doesn't stop. Corporates sponsor you to go into self-transformation programs, learning programs, HR analytic webinars, HR tech platforms are there. So there are a lot of, training programs that you go into while you're working. It is related to self-transformation, it is related to HR technology that are coming in, and third is HR compliances. So there are 3 and more fields where you will be trained. So Mitushi, आपको अगर आप जॉब भी कर रहे हैं HR में तो भी आप ग्रो कर सकते हैं प्रोग्राम्स के साथ. You don't need to do a separate diploma or anything.
Yeah, no need to leave your job just to keep in touch with the course. You can always do a lot of online courses are available, so you can always go for that. I won't recommend dropping your job, just to keep in touch with the field, unless until you want to go into that field only in your future. Then it makes sense probably, but otherwise I don't think so.
Sure. Okay. So these are the questions as of now. अगर आप लोगों के कुछ और questions हो जो कि आ गए हैं. Okay, so I'll tackle the question first before moving on.
Okay.
There are a lot of questions, Srishti. मैं तो पूछ ही नहीं पा रहा हूँ.
It's okay, I can answer. That's fine.
Okay, स्मृति, आपका क्वेश्चन इस सेशन से रिलेटेड नहीं है, तो मुझे अलग से आप उसे भेज सकते हैं. I'll address that. ओके अपर्णा, सेशन खत्म होने के बाद ये सेशन मेरी इंस्टा स्टोरी पे रहेगा 24 आवर्स के लिए, और इसे हम रिकॉर्ड करके बाद में सृष्टि अपने थ्रू और आप पावर विद इन के यूट्यूब चैनल पे देख सकते हैं इस सेशन को. सो दैट्स नॉट एन इशू. अगर आप कुछ मिस कर रहे हैं तो ऑल्सो किसी टर्मिनोलॉजी, किसी वर्ड से आप कनेक्ट नहीं कर पा रहे हैं या कुछ इन्फॉर्मेशन मिस हो रही है तो आप पूछ सकते हैं. विल हेल्प यू आउट विद दैट.
Also, just one more piece of information that I want to focus on, because a lot of people get confused. What after OB? What kind of designation should we look for? Like, what are people looking for? So, one of the most common after OB is that of an OD consultant, which you can start at a very associate level. You can start at the beginner level, but to reach that level, you do require a lot of years of experience, because an OD consultant will not just look for people, it will also look at the organizations, at the wider level of the structure of the organization. And with that, he or she needs to understand, the other aspects and the departments of the organization as well. So I think that comes with a lot of years of experience. So while you're working, and many people who do want to become a consultant, keep working, understand the various functions of the organization, and then, probably go for an OD consultant role, which is obviously much more fruitful when it comes to OB, and you do get to apply a lot of your knowledge there. Then secondly, there is also one of these roles which has come out, which is that of a personnel analyst, right? Analyst. So what they do is to enable HR and the organization to understand what kind of people do we hire, right? So we all are aware how recruitment and selection is one of the most crucial aspects of an organization. Hiring the right people for the right set of jobs, I think that's where OB actually works, comes in, understanding personality, assessing personality, and also developing the workforce which you expect that the organization would require. So I think that is also one of the crucial designations that you can go for. Then there is research and product development. A lot of startups are hiring OB psychologists and IO psychologists in order to inform their product development. Because people are using artificial intelligence to develop products. They are using artificial intelligence to develop a lot of things. So that's where an OB psychologist comes in, and they enable them to understand. So that is always there.
Yeah. So the last input is really important for the audience. I think आप सबको एक बार इस पे ध्यान देना चाहिए, क्योंकि काफी क्वेश्चंस ऐसे आ रहे हैं जो पूछ रहे हैं कि इंडिया में क्या स्कोप है एंड हाउ इज इट ग्रोइंग, अपॉर्चुनिटीज कैसे बन रही है हमारे लिए. तो अपॉर्चुनिटीज आप लोगों के लिए ऐसे बन रही है कि द स्टार्टअप्स which are coming up, you are using a lot of technology and artificial intelligence, जो कि यूज हो रही है HR में और organizational development में, even in the factories and plants. तो उन सब को build करने में, क्योंकि it is all related to human behavior, तो जितने भी startups मैंने देखे हैं in the last year in the field of corporates, they are using some kind of behavioral analytics, जो कि वो artificial intelligence के साथ use कर रहे हैं.
Definitely. And especially, a lot of aspects of organizations are getting outsourced now, right? For example, recruitment ka major chunk has been outsourced to several organizations. So what they are creating is, they are creating matrix, they are creating databases, in order to inform these hiring practices. So I think those organizations are really looking for IO psychologists, because it's all about understanding the human behavior. It's all about creating algorithms which the people will also do not find bias, for example, because as in when technology comes in, people might resist that, saying कि it's biased. So wahan pe bhi I think a lot of scope for IO psychologists is there. That is always there. And India में I think abhi scope is in L&D for sure, right? There is scope in startups, for example, and obviously there is scope in OD consulting. So I think in India ये तो अभी पक्का created है jobs.
बिल्कुल. Okay, Samriddhi, will come to your question. I want to say first that this session has been very informational, और मैं उस information को होल्ड करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ अपने दिमाग में. but
Yeah.
the insights have been very beautiful and myth busters for me. Hamara session, because Srishti has again a webinar, so she'll be
Yeah.
leaving at 9:30. So I think we have 5 minutes. अगर आपके कुछ questions हो तो आप पूछ सकते हैं अभी, because we have only 5 minutes with her. Okay. Samriddhi is saying, what kind of a salary an OB psychologist get? Before you answer this, Srishti, I want to say something to Samriddhi.
Yeah.
Samriddhi, use LinkedIn, ठीक है, और LinkedIn को बहुत strong करो अपने और उसे अच्छे से use करो, and there is a facility on LinkedIn Premium that you can look for what kind of salary packages your career profiles get. So if you want to become an OB psychologist, so what kind of a salary an OB psychologist get in India and abroad, you can search on that platform. और अच्छे उससे बहुत अच्छे आपको references मिलते हैं. So that's my side.
I think, like Vishal said, going to a portal such as LinkedIn, you obviously get the ground reality, right? So I think use such portals, understand, and also understand that OB is a growing field. You can't expect the same salary as that an MBA graduate or an engineering person would be getting, right? But
Right.
understand that as and when you grow in this field, and because this field is becoming very important for the organizations, you can expect a growth in compensation as well, right? And just to give you a brief insight, as per my knowledge, I think it's around, an OB psychologist is expected to make around probably 30-40 lakhs a year per annum after you've gained certain years of experience. It's not that
Definitely.
easy to reach that level, for sure. For an OB psychologist, that's for sure. So,
ये बहुत अच्छा पॉइंट है सृष्टि कि जब आप सैलरी या अपना ग्रोथ देख रहे हैं तो सिर्फ ये मत देखिए कि आपको स्टार्टिंग में कितना मिलेगा, क्योंकि स्टार्टिंग तो हमेशा
Exactly.
स्ट्रगल रहता है और इट्स अ लर्निंग अपॉर्चुनिटी फॉर यू. शुड
and
ऑलवेज
especially
लुक एट
because it's a growing field. So, अभी
Yeah.
वहाँ हम पहुँचे नहीं, where you can expect कि every organization would understand the importance.
And when you reach a certain level, I mean, there are people who are psychologists, who are consultants in the field of organizational development and learning and
Yeah.
development, और जो अपनी कंसल्टेंसी चला रहे हैं और वो सिर्फ कंसल्टेंट करने के मतलब लाखों में लेते हैं. दे आर नॉट डूइंग अ जॉब.
Exactly, that is true. But that also comes after a lot of experience, because
Exactly.
they know they have that capability to inform people, because, they have worked in organizations. They have understood the work processes. And I think that you can't learn these processes only through studies. You have to actually work in that area. You actually have to interact with a lot of people, to apply that knowledge. Because I have studied, I have done my bachelor's, I have done my master's. But, when you're in the field, when you're actually working with employees, a lot of things come up where you really can't think. You have to, learn and experience it yourself. And that's when you learn. That's when you understand कि कैसे करना है in the future.
Okay, great. I think that answers Samriddhi's question. आकांक्षा, आपका क्वेश्चन है सीवी. आकांक्षा का क्वेश्चन है कि हमें अपने सीवी को कैसे इम्प्रूव करना चाहिए. द टाइम इज अप, बट अगर आप एड्रेस करना चाहें तो आई वोंट
नहीं,
स्टॉप
I'll
यू
be-
बिकॉज यू आर फ्रॉम द एचआर साइड.
Okay, so Akansha, to understand obviously these certifications would matter. If you can get a hold of certain certifications, if you want to go into HR, है ना, आज की date पे I think HR is also looking for a lot of people who are good with data analytics. So if you can, and there are a lot of courses for data analytics, and if you can look for one, find one, do one, and then you can always show that in your CV. Secondly, building CV is not, it's very much informed by a lot of other things. So once you start working, obviously a lot of things get added to that. Otherwise, you can go for certifications. I think you can go for programs with several organizations, like Association for Talent Development is doing. There are a lot of certifications in learning and development. There is a lot of certifications in coaching. Go for that. Do those certifications. Work, and I think your CV will build. It's not something that you can do within a year or so. You have to actually do it over a period of time. It's very gradual.
Definitely. I mean, you cannot always
Yeah.
project what you have not done. मेहनत करो और वही सीवी पे दिखाओ, दिख जाएगा सीवी पे.
Yeah.
Okay, Srishti, I won't take much of your time now. So this has been a very beautiful session.
Thank you,
We
Vishal. It was
all thank you for coming
thank you.
up and sharing your insights with us.
I hope
People will
I've
be
been
saying
helpful.
like, "Oh, that was very, helpful and insightful." And people are
Thank you.
saying thank you to you. They
Oh,
will
welcome,
keep
guys.
telling
Thank you.
you.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
great talking to you, Srishti. Take care.
Same
Bye
here.
bye.
Same here, Vishal. Bye bye. Take care.
Bye. Yeah. Power Within के WhatsApp